Okay, final tutorial, this time replacing a right hand side stub axle if you're sitting on the cart, or a left hand side one if you're standing underneath it. Either way, it's the one with two holes. Same as on the other side. Find the right spanner and take the wheel off. Loosen the wheel nut about half of the way. Take a rubber mallet, a little bit of pressure behind the wheel. Loosen that off. Put that to one side. Loosen off the nut at the back of the stub axle. Give that a bit of a tap. And then disconnect both of the track rods. Whilst I'm doing this, just a reminder that the rear track rod, or the lower one, always adjusts this wheel, and the top track rod, or the front one, will always adjust this wheel when you come to setting them up. Exactly the same process as we did on the opposite wheel, but we just have to remove both of the track rod. Just the same as on the opposite side, you will always find, or nearly always find, a given amount of shim washers to give you the right distance. Okay, so pop that off. Again, replace the stub axle with a new one, and before you refit the new stub axle, give this a little sanding down with a piece of emery cloth or a bit of sandpaper and a little light oiling. Pop all of the washers back on, put the new stub axle in place, and then, same as before, when you've got that fully up, you should, if you look down here, you should see that the end of the stub axle is just sitting flush with the bearing. Pop on the securing bolt and washer. Tighten it down. Reconnect with the front of the longer stub axle, track rod goes to the top. Just in case you make a mistake before you do them up fully, just pop the other one on to make sure it makes sense and they're not trying to cross over. Fully tighten both track rods. those both up fully and check everything. Make sure that this end of the stub axle that goes through the wheel is clean and a little bit of oil, and then pop the wheel on again, remembering that the tube should be on the inside. We'll do another adjustment on this track rods just so that you can remind yourself how we did it last time. Loosen the clamp bolts. Okay. Bring the steering joint so that it's level with the chassis. Only adjusting lower rod at this point. Turn the rod until you're happy that the wheel is straight. Clamp that into position, and then adjusting the top, we'll turn this wheel. Again, you want to make sure that this doesn't move. This is staying in the center position. But by moving that in or out, you can adjust the tracking of this wheel. And when you're happy that both wheels when you're happy that both wheels are correct, you can just nick those up, tighten them, and again this one. Okay, in those 3 short videos we've covered replacing and adjusting both the right and the left hand side stub axle and doing any adjustments. Hope that makes sense and hopefully it helps.